Happy 2016, friends. In my world, it's 2016. Also, trust the process with my hair. It is very curly. And when I brush it, it is not curly. It is just fluffy. We don't understand the gravity of this situation. So we're gonna need some of this. I was thinking today, since I haven't really done any vlogs yet, it was time to do a bit of a chatty vlog. Happy 2026. Also bear with me, I know my hair looks crazy, but it'll get there, don't worry. Things will work out. I hope that 2025 treated you well, and if it didn't, you deserve it all the more so this year. All of us. I have a little confession to make. Also, don't mind this, I think I scratched myself with my claws. I have a backlog of videos that I made 10 years ago. When I first started a YouTube channel, they will probably never see the light of day. They are so embarrassing. They are cute, but politically incorrect. And I don't know if it would sit well now because I disagree with a lot of the things that I said and did then. But I was 16, so I feel like that obviously tells you that I've been wanting to make YouTube videos for a very, very long time. I'm just happy to be back. Today is just another cozy, gloomy, kind of rainy day here in Melbourne, and I thought this was a great opportunity for us to hang out and also just for me to get a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera. I've been thinking about my intentions for 2026, and I thought it would be fun to kind of share it here, and then if you also feel like sharing your 2026 resolutions, intentions, goals, dreams, I would love to hear about it down below. The first one, which I guess is kind of obvious, but for me there's good reason, is I want to prioritize my health, but not in a way of like overexerting myself or doing too much. I think last year I did the absolute bare minimum, and I didn't really recognize myself in the mirror, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think the lack of looking after myself and my own health took a toll on my body, and I've never seen myself do that before. So I think this year I really want to prioritize, like I said, looking after myself better, and also be able to continue following my dreams. Pretty much since the day I stopped doing YouTube back in like 2017, I haven't stopped thinking about it since. Also, my camera's about to die, so if this cuts out, that is why. Like, I think this year my YouTube will be my priority. I can't let another 10 years go not following my dreams. Not to sound cringy, but to be cringe is to be free, my friends. And I think another one is just to do things that scare me a little bit more. Like I said, I spent a lot of last year hiding away in my apartment, and as much as I probably needed it, I also feel like I just missed out on a lot of things. So I don't want to do that to myself again. We deserve a good life, everybody. We do. Oh, lighting change. I'm scaring myself a little bit. Okay, let's make a matcha. Look at how green she is. We absolutely adore where we live. I don't want to leave this place, but you know, we'll see what happens. In the meantime, look at my matcha. Kind of strange filming myself while being uncomfortable, but I guess this goes into the New Year's resolutions already of new challenges, guys. Good matcha though.
you're already doing it. You know what I mean?
I'm currently on my bed and I'm trying to get comfy. So in the interest of being fully transparent, I'm not very good at sharing aspects of myself. I don't really know how to talk about myself, so forgive me for maybe not being very good at it. I hope this doesn't come off as really sad. I moved to this city just over a year ago now. I know this is not just a me thing, this is just a what happens when you move cities thing. I've really struggled with making new friends. I've of course been invited to some things through like my husband. He's a barista. He has some really nice barista friends, and you know, we've hung out a few times and gone bowling. It was really nice. In terms of like making my own friends, I've actually always struggled with this. I always have seemed to attract, in my entire life, I attract people that aren't really good for me. I don't know why, but I also kind of do. While we were talking about goals for 2026 earlier in this video, I feel like I kind of skimmed over what my goals actually are, but one of the biggest ones, I really want to make good friends. There are many of us and many of you who are just blessed to have such beautiful, strong friendships. And I think that's really beautiful. And don't get me wrong, I have had some very beautiful friendships in my life too. That's a big goal of mine this year. I really didn't mean for this video to seem so negative. I think lots of reflecting and lots of wishes and wants and desires and like things that I want to work toward. I have a lot of things that I want to change. One of the biggest changes was moving cities. If you know what the Gold Coast is at all, it's usually praised as like the city with the beautiful beaches, you know, Australia's most beautiful beaches. And that's true, it is, they're beautiful. I really struggle with the culture of the Gold Coast. Having grown up in the, I'm sorry, but white culture and not really associating that with myself, I've always felt a big rift between myself and just other people. So one of the biggest reasons why my husband and I moved to Melbourne, we wanted to live a more diverse life than just work, beach, work, beach. I don't know, I'm sure there's some people who probably enjoy it, but it's just not really for me. And I'm also hoping that I'll be able to grow a cozy community here. That's my hope and my goal anyway. Like when I said earlier that I really just want to prioritize a YouTube channel, that's kind of what I'm hoping. Find and build a community here. I've spent a long time looking for my people. The girl who did the pottery order is actually a friend of mine. She's opening her own cafe and she was so kind to ask me to make the cups for her. I hope I haven't yapped too much. I really felt like the way I want this channel to progress is as authentic and real and heartfelt. That's what I want to grow here, is just something real and something beautiful. I feel like I'm not using the right words, but I hope you can understand what I'm saying. I've lived a life of hiding myself and I don't want to spend another 25 years doing that again. However this ends up looking in the future, I have absolutely no idea. All I know is that this is where I am and this is where I want to be. Just to point out a positive aspect to this, I do think that there's a lot more recognition for it now. Recognition for the fact that I think our generation in particular, and I'd say millennials too, I think there's a lot of recognition that we don't like where we're at and we want growth. That's not to say that the whole generation is that way. I think people have a lot of different minds about these things, but I'd say for the most part who have kind of voiced their opinions about this, to me it feels positive. There is positivity out of a probably sad situation. Did any of that make any sense? I feel like I just said like the most random stuff. At this point, I don't even know if I'm gonna post this, so if I did, it's because I'm really trying to push the realness for it, even though it's freaking embarrassing. Yeah, I guess me being here and doing this is my encouragement to not only for me to speak my truth, but for you to speak yours. I'm just one of many. I am feeling a lot of different emotions going on, so I think I'm gonna take a little break, have a shower, probably do a workout, and I might see you after that. did not want to film myself working out, but it is amazing what a little push can do. I already feel a lot better. Well, it takes sometimes a lot for me to get back up, if that makes sense. So things like what you saw today, the journaling and making really good food, workouts, even if it's a small one. I think that was only like 15 minutes, but that was all I needed. So I think as a little gift to myself while still saving money, I'm gonna make some cookies. What I'm gonna do is either, I'm not sure if I want to fold it over or just put it on top, a little caramello kind of chocolate. They almost ended up like a bit of a shortbread consistency, which is kind of nice actually. Some of these in there.